UFC 300, Max Holloway versus Justin the Highlight Gaethje. This had to be my fight of the night. Absolutely my fight of the night. You could see from when these two guys were on the same card, fighting it go pitted against each other. You could see it, obviously, these two guys are all action, never say die attitudes, never take a back step. You know what I mean by that, basically. Both of them are like strikers. None of them want to go on the ground. Justin Gaethje does have a wrestling background, but he tends not to wrestle much. He did say in the past that he finds that the wrestling fatigues him more than striking, so he prefers to strike. Max Holloway moving up from 145, right, up to from 145 to 155-pound division. It's the second time he's fought at 155. He previously, before a couple of years back, he fought Dustin Poirier, lost the decision, didn't get stopped. He lost the decision. He looked very undersized for that fight. He just stepped up at a short notice and took the fight. Now he's had time to prepare, build himself up. You can see Max is looking muscular now, different physique. You can see he's bulking up a piece now for this 155-pound division, even though he wants to move back down to fight to take on Ilia Topuria. I think Max Holloway, and I've always thought Max Holloway's got a future at 155, and I'm surprised after his losses to Volkanovski, he didn't immediately just move up and take on one of these big guns at 155. But Max Holloway looked good last night. But I'll tell you the truth, I always thought Gaethje was going to win this. I had Gaethje winning this fight, and I do believe if it had gone to points, I haven't checked the scorecards, but I believe it had gone to points. I believe Justin Gaethje would have probably got a nod, maybe a split decision. I sort of had him winning the fight. I had him winning the fight. I don't know what the rest of you guys think. Maybe you can let me know in the comments section. But I had Justin Gaethje slightly winning this fight. And you know what? This is the problem. This is the issue. Max Holloway is as game as they come, right? He likes to throw down, right? He obviously felt at the end of the fight that enough exchanges hadn't happened. He wants to get bloody in there. So, he does his usual thing. He points down, come on, me and you, come on, mano a mano, come on. And Gaethje obliged him. Obviously, Gaethje being the warrior he is, he don't want to back down. He don't back down from nothing, right? But he went straight in there, guns blazing, and tried to take out Max. And then, Max eventually knocked him out. As you can see, Gaethje's on the floor right there. Listen, that particular scenario right there was always going to favor Max Holloway, right? Gaethje's nose was busted from the first round when Max Holloway done a spin kick and caught him in his nose. So he already had cardio issues. He couldn't breathe. He was breathing from the mouth. His nose was bleeding profusely. They stopped the bleeding, and I believe in the third round they was able to stop the bleeding, but I don't believe he could breathe out there. He was telling Trevor Whitman he couldn't breathe. So he was just breathing from his mouth. So I think he'd done pretty well to get to the fifth round. We'll get to the end of the fight, nearly 2 seconds. He got knocked out 2 seconds before the end. If I was him, I wouldn't have engaged Max in that free-for. I know that the fans would have been probably a bit upset about it, but I would have, look, it's a fight at the end of the day. If Max says, yeah, stand here, let's me and you fight, you don't have to listen to him. You don't have to listen to him. You could actually use that against him. You can make him think you're going to stand there and just do something else. Justin Gaethje is extremely explosive. He's got these weird type of flip kicks that he does sometimes. He does a somersault a lot when he wins fights. Right, if I was him, I would have made Max think that I was going to throw down in the center, and at the last minute, I would have lunged at him or done something out of the ordinary just to see if I could get a knockout. I would never have stood there and engaged with him if I was Justin Gaethje. One of the reasons why is because Max Holloway, I said, is moving up from 145, right, and he was clearly the fresher guy, obviously being able to breathe, moving up from 145. He's used to fighting guys that are a lot quicker than Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is not the quickest fighter either. So Max used his speed, right? It was his speed there that ultimately flatlined Justin Gaethje. When they both stood there, you could see how quick Max was compared to Justin. He was always going to lose in that exchange, right? I would never have exchanged. I would never have obliged him. I would have given Max Holloway the full sense of security to think, you're right, I'm going to stand in there and trade with you. And I would have just did something else just to throw him off, trying, an explosive movement or something, just to try maybe a last ditch try to knock him out, a jumping spinning kick or a high knee or something like that, a Superman punch. I would have done something. I would never have obliged him there, man. When I saw Max do that, I thought, Justin, don't you dare. He went over there and he got himself knocked the F out. Enough said, smash the like button, hit that bell for notifications to get all the new and the latest videos.